right. So yeah, you've caused some discomfort for both of these guys. One of them looks pretty rough.
Okay. I think with my last action, I'm gonna make a command with little Josh and given the order to move like this. Make a just attack.
Sure, go for it. Yeah, now if they weren't dazzled, they are certainly.
They're probably glad they can't see this coming.
Oh man. So little Yosh just killed that bandit with that jaw attack. Yeah, tell us, how did little Yosh finish off the bandit here?
The poor bandit, well, he run against the bandit and jump against his throat and make a powerful dance attack.
All right, so little Yosh is got one bandit in his mouth dead, and the other bandit is standing beside him looking dazzled. Let's see, where is Fenwarden? You are up.
All right. Which was the guy that was looking really chewed up? Was it the guy that just died?
It was, yeah. He's the one that failed his spell save versus the dazzle, the
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
spray of stars.
Yeah. First action. I'm making this one my hunted prey.
Okay.
And second action is to fire my longbow at him.
Oh wow.
There we go.
Nicely done. All right, this is gonna be a killing blow. So you could tell us about how Fenwarden wants to finish this bandit.
Yeah, deadly 10. Yeah, he's a die 10 additional, I think, because of deadly. Anyway, yeah. No, the arrow enters his shoulder and goes out through his heart and comes out his other side. And he looks surprised.
Yeah, so these guys were just pretty much just decimated here. 1, 2, 3. So, or let me mark him dead. Do you still have I think you still have a turn or an action.
I've got an action left. Yeah. Do I have a line to this guy standing in the doorway?
He would be below your vision right now. If you got closer to the edge, you could see him. If you were within 10 feet of the edge, you could see him. But right now, he would be out of your vision.
Okay. Then last action, I'm actually going to go to a little higher ground.
Back up the steps. Okay.
Yeah. Longbow, I can't use at close range, so I need to stay farther away. So. Okay, done.
Yeah, and you'll be able to probably have a better point of view. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dallet.
Okay. I'm going to use my unfeet sudden charge. Right there. All right. 2. Get up to this last remaining bandit and attack it.
All right. Yeah, this looks like their fearless leader who is standing in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's really frightened at this point, though.
I was trying to decide whether or not to go for a strike that might kill him. Odds are low that I kill him.
Oh. I'll remind you, everybody will have started out with a hero point, so you will have a hero point at your disposal. If you'd like to use it now or not, that's up to you, but just a reminder. His AC is 15 for the record. So.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm okay with that. I'll just take a second strike.
There you go.
There we go.
All right, yeah, you take a healthy chunk out of this guy with the Eldori dueling sword. After whiffing on the first shot, you are true on the second. 10 damage. Wow. Yeah, he definitely looks as if that took a good chunk out of him.
Cool. Before I end my turn, can I say something to him?
Yeah.
That's an action.
Yeah, you can use that as an action to.
Tell your 3 friends are dead. If you surrender now, we'll let you live.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So it's his turn. Let me read about his reaction. I guess go ahead and give it a. If you're being intimidating, give me an intimidation roll, or if you're being diplomatic in the way you're trying to present that, one or the other maybe, or if you feel like there's another skill you want to try to apply to the
Go
statement.
diplomacy. That's the best shot I got.
All right, cool. All right, yeah.
Okay.
So he turns and starts to run. He turns around and begins to run.
Running isn't the same as surrendering. I think
Sometimes
that,
they can be
let me know when it's my turn.
Yeah, let me give you guys all back to the top of the order because you've got no bandits left and they are running away. So just starting with Reckla, you would have seen or heard that interactions or anything you would like to do.
I don't know that there's really anything I can do without just pursuing. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just have to try and run out the door after him.
If you want to move your two, I think you could probably get outside with 2 movements, and I could tell
Yeah,
you what you see.
I'd have to stand up,
Oh, that's right, you're laying down,
'cause
so
I'm still prone,
yeah.
and then
So,
So how far can
See,
you make
an
it?
action.
I should be able to make it. I should actually be able to make it 1 square past
The gate.
the edge of the
Oh,
map.
the map, okay. Yeah, so you're fine. So you would be able to get outside and on your 3rd action then, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so on your 3rd action when you get outside, you see this guy is running down the road in front of you, looking over his shoulder every few moments, but he looks like he's scrambling away from you and trying to get on a horseback.
Is intimidation an action?
Yeah, if you're trying to interact with him,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my turn then. Yeah.
All right.
I have Bandits all his 3 actions for the move action.
It's cutting out. Here, Mike is cutting out. on me a little
Because
bit.
I think that provoked the opportunity attack of Dalit, not?
We didn't catch it. You were cutting in and out.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out. I missed part of what you were saying there. Most of what you were saying there.
Oh, sorry.
And it cut
I
out
don't-
even
Really
worse.
having support. Technical problems. And now, sorry, better?
A little better. Yep.
Okay, sorry. I was saying that if they
Oh.
he provoked the opportunity attack of Dallet for the run.
Oh, for running away. Yeah. Dallet probably could have done that. I don't think he chose to do that. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He would have to
But
mention that.
for my action, I think I'm gonna use Ray of Frost because it has a lot of range. So
Mhm.
the good 120.
Oh, okay.
You have to get in range of him or get in sight line of him.
Yeah, you're not
Oh,
you're not gonna be able to see him right now to be able to do that. If
Oh,
you
no?
get to the gate, you'd be able to cast that. But right now,
Oh,
he's on the other
ooh.
side of the
Sorry,
gate
sorry.
wall from you.
Okay, sorry. And so I think I'm gonna run with
Yeah, so if
my
you,
3 actions.
yeah,
yeah.
you can get outside if you want to put yourself next to Reckla.
Ah,
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna
I
reverse you guys. You're fine.
I think my token doesn't have vision maybe because I see all black with Furbis, but we
Oh, that's
oh
weird.
yeah, with just I have vision.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see that. That's weird. Let me check the other guys. I wonder why would they lose? No, your vision's on. Huh. I don't know why it's turning off the vision.
Who knows? But yeah, I move like here with my 2 actions, and with my last action I give the command.
Okay.
Ah, okay, yeah, he's in range for make an attack against the bandit. Bandit is here?
Yeah, what would be his movement? The bear's movement?
35 feet
Okay.
per action.
Nice.
Yeah, so he could track down the bandit with 35 feet of movement, so he could definitely get off and attack if he wants to.
Oh, that is better.
Oh,
Jeez.
24.
man. That's a heck of a roll. Wow. All right.
That is very good.
So yeah, he does get a significant chunk of what's left of the bandits' backside as he's continuing to run with everything he has left, and he has very little left. So yeah, he definitely got a big chunk out of him there. Furbis, or I'm sorry,
They're
Fenwarden.
on my good side. I never want him mad at me. I'll make sure I have bear treats in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Fenn.
Okay, first action is to move there so you can see the bandit, and he's not going to take time for hunted prey. He's going to fire the longbow as is.
Oh, that will do it. That will do it from
Nice.
from the tall tower,
Yes.
raining down arrows and striking beautifully.
Incoming fire. Yes. All right.
Yeah, so he falls over, catching an arrow in the back as he's fleeing cowardly away without his bag of gold, but mind you. He was probably headed back for certain death either way, but you guys helped him with a more merciful one, I think. So that's it. The bandits have been exterminated, and with that, we'll get out of turn order, and I'll let you guys, you can check things out. I assume Oleg and Svetlana, I did not move them out of the scene on the map, but they were in the bedroom area, so they may or may not be like listening in, but they definitely wouldn't be sticking their head out until you guys told them to.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys do whatever you'd like.
Let's check the bandits for anything of value. Obviously, we're not going to take the payment, but otherwise, I want to get whatever the bandits have of value before we have our hosts out.
Okay. Yeah, so you find on the two near bandits, or actually there were 3 of them. They each have, so you have 3 daggers, 3 sets of leather armor, 3 short bows, and 3 familiar looking amulets of the stag, the silver stag. If you guys remember, you found a few others. You find a total of 6 days worth of rations, and you find 16 silver pieces on, that's on the 3 that were inside, and then their leader, who I guess you're tracking him down the road here. He's got a few other interesting things. He's got a composite short bow, dagger.
Ooh.
He's also wearing leather. He's also wearing the Stag Lord amulet. He has 2 days of rations, and he's carrying 15 gold.
Nice.
Nice.
So, yep, so that's what you turn up there.
I'm going to swap out his composite longbow for my short bow. His composite short bow, I'm going to use that one
For
instead
yours.
of my short bow, unless somebody else wants it.
No thanks.
Nope.
Okay, no, great. Okay.
I'm gonna add the gold, silver, and amulets to the party loot.
Anybody gonna let Oleg and Svetlana know that the deed is done?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Reckla will dig out the payment from the body of the guy underneath the cart, put him there,
Yeah.
and take it in to them and say, here is your money. I'm hoping this will be the last time you ever have to pack it up for such a exchange. Now, if you give us a moment, we'll clean up the mess, and it'll be like none of this ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so with that, they're overjoyed. Oleg's demeanor changes pretty quickly with the return of his tax money, and he actually comes to help you guys clean up the bodies, and he insists on propping the bodies up against the wall on the outside of the trade post to send a message to the other bandits. He feels pretty emboldened, and Svetlana is disgusted by that, and she's tuning it out. But he's like all in on what you did, and let's see, they're gonna give you guys basically, essentially, what you've done is allied with them to the point that they will offer you a place to stay for as long as you want to stay, and that they are going to also give you guys a, let's see, what else was there? Sorry, I'm just reading about the...
Yeah, maybe it's friends and family discount every time we come to trade with them.
Oh,
So it's essentially is like that in a way that you'll have a place to stay and you'll have meals provided for free while you're here.
Yeah.
You're welcome to
that's
be
so
here.
good.
Yeah,
Is how this works. This turns
That's
into
huge.
a refuge for you guys that you can
Oh, yeah.
come back to and use as a center of
Base of
operations until
operations,
you
yeah.
have your own place established. Let's see. So I think what you guys might know, or at this point you would start to understand, is that these bandits were coming from the south, and that there is rumor that there is a camp of bandits that they operate from just south of Oleg's. And it's Oleg's suspicion that's where these bandits' leader potentially is. And if not, it's at least one of their main places of operation. So he mentions that to you guys and gives you some more information about a place called Thorn River. And Thorn River, it would be familiar to you because Thorn River runs across the north of the Stolen Lands and across Brevoy. You guys would have some bearings as far as where he's describing that these bandits are encamped. But beyond that, let's see, what else do they have for you guys?
How far away from you? So south of here is like days of.
It would be, let's see, it would be approximately 2 days. Yeah, 2 days
Okay.
travel.
I don't think any of us took damage, right? Did we?
No, I don't
No,
think they even got any
Uh,
attacks
they
off.
didn't. No, they didn't even swing, draw their weapons.
Yeah, they
no,
were
So
what I-
not in a good
we could start
position.
moving, right? Like,
that's a very clear battle.
Let's see, what else? I was trying to think that these guys have for you. I think that's it right now. Oh, they are going to give you guys a couple of potions, actually.
Oh,
I was looking for it. It's in here. Oh, okay, here it is. A9. Okay. Sorry, I'll find it eventually here. Yeah, they essentially have a stock room here that they're going to offer you some things to choose from. I'm just trying to find the list. A4. Oh, okay, so they're going to give you guys 2 minor healing potions.
Minor.
Actually, let me paste this into the room. They're gonna let you guys take whatever you want from this that I'm about to paste in here.
Okay.
Assuming
Okay.
you're going to take the, let's see, leather armor, a heavy wooden shield, a couple of hand axes, some javelins, a longbow, arrows, a scythe, spears, 2 minor healing potions, 1 lesser antidote, 1 lesser anti-plague, 6 torches, some rations, and furs. Any of that you want to take, obviously, I would imagine most of the things here, other than the weapons, but those are the things that they make available to you from their stock room.
okay.
And then, let's see. So, one of the other things that you guys will do when you're out on your own and when you're not in a refuge like this is you will have to prepare your own campsites. And
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
have to manage your own campground, basically. And so some of the things that you'll have to do ultimately when you're camping out in the wild are camouflaging your campsite, cooking meals, finding ingredients, hunting and gathering, basically, and setting alarms, setting traps, things along those lines, right? So those are some of the things that skills and survival skills that you guys will be using. And one of the opportunities that you have when you're here with Svetlana is to learn to cook. And so she literally will teach you guys how to cook certain things. And down the road, you guys will have to collect your own recipes of things that you've learned to cook, right? Because one of you will be the cook and will have to execute a recipe. And it factors into like your day and your health and everything, right? So I just mentioned this because this is one of the first opportunities where you have to be taught basically how to do some basic cooking. And so when you're out in a normal setting, you'll do a hunt and gather check, and which is basically a survival check, and you'll go out and gather based on your role a certain amount of ingredients, and then based on the number of ingredients you have, you can make so many dishes of whatever recipes you guys have. And so basically I'm going to give you guys the radish soup recipe to put into your cookbook. We'll make like a party cookbook, if you will, and different things that you cook will have different benefits to you. So some of the basic meals will have basic benefits. Not eating has consequences too, but there are meals that will give you pretty good boosts and things like that down the road once you get special ingredients, which are, you'll find a certain amount of special ingredients and basic ingredients every time you hunt and gather typically. So
cool. I like it.
Yeah, so she is, I'll give you guys information on her recipe, because I think she's, Svetlana. Yeah, so Svetlana is the one that would teach you, and yeah, it's basically a basic recipe. So I'll create a folder for you guys where you can track recipes and ingredients, or because it probably doesn't belong in your loot list.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let's see, where is the loot list? There it is. Okay. All right, cool. I just created the handout, and I'll put it in there eventually, but for now, just know that you've got a basic recipe for radish soup. And Svetlana has taught that, or will teach that, to whoever would like to learn that. And your options for who would learn this boil down to your skills, right? So I think, what does cooking go off of? I want to say might be off of survival.
Survival seems like a logical one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's survival. Mm-hmm. There are some other skills that you can substitute potentially. If you've got, I know there's some lores and things like that may help you, but for anyone who wants to try to learn the recipe or a recipe from her, this recipe in particular, then you can make a survival check to see if you're able to learn it.
It could be considered crafting too, really.
Yeah, I would go for that. I would go for that. I want to look up specifically, but I know there's a number of skills you can use, like esoteric lore, for example, is one that could be used actually for that.
Huh.
I'll try a survival check to learn the recipe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, me too.
Fenwarden gets it wrong.
Fenwarden is not patient with the recipe, nor is Reckla.
Oh goodness.
I'll just eat rations.
Go ahead, Furbis, if you want to try it.
Let me see. I have some technical problems today. I need a new computer, another computer. This is like a office laptop, so yeah, it's very. Oh yeah.
Giving you all kinds of fits.
Oh yeah. My other computer broke. It's broken 2 days ago. So yeah. Okay. Survival. Sorry for the waiting. I think I want to use my hero point because I really love this.
Oh man! Yes. No way! Look at this.
Oh yeah.
No way! Well, oh man, you guys are not coachable. It just cannot cook.
In the kitchen.
You're just like doing everything at the wrong portions in the wrong order, getting in each other's way, and unfortunately, the radish soup remains a mystery. You're not exactly sure how the hell she did it. It's a something to behold at this point.
I don't know, cooking was so complicated.
But yeah, that is something to think about in the future when you do encounter other opportunities where you see meals, you can learn them. Yeah, they're like hand me the salt, and you're putting the actual like utensil in there or something.
Just throw the whole thing in.
Yeah. So well, the good news is you do have a home base and someone there to cook for you when you're there. But yeah, eventually down the road, in order to self-sustain, someone will have to learn how to cook in your group to keep you
Yeah.
all fed.
Oh,
So
Trying.
yeah. All right. With that, I guess you guys are. Let's see, I'm on the wrong map on my side. Yeah, you're able to basically make this your headquarters for now, and you can work with Oleg and Svetlana. They've got various things that they're doing business-wise to run the place. You obviously have your charters in hand and the mindset at some point to head south to settle, and you know that you'll very likely encounter or deal with the encampment. And I think between the way the charter's worded and Oleg and Svetlana's enthusiasm around ridding the region of banditry, that's probably top of mind. But I'll let you guys think about what you want to do next and how you want to do it from here. Remember, you're on the map in the north there at the trading post.
The charter is to get rid of the bandits. We know it is a camp. It's a question of if we get down there and there's 100 of them, we have a problem. But we could get closer to the bandits and then find a place to set up an ambush. Wait for some bandits to come along, something like that.
Yeah. Let's go scope it out.
Okay, let's see. So, yeah, I think some of the things you guys might learn while staying with Oleg and Svetlana about the bandits and their habits and things are that and again, it's the green belt is the wording they use a lot for the stolen lands. They use the word green belt, and they talk about in the green belt that the Stag Lord has a number of different groups of bandits that he's employed, and that he has a fort on the northern shore of Tuskwater. And let's see. And that is actually, let me double check. GB7. Yeah, so that's Fort Serenko back here. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, basically the bandits that are employed by the Stag Lord, you believe, are operating out of Fort Serenko. Is their nearest base. There's more bases that they likely have in the region, but that is the closest that Oleg knows about. And basically, Oleg's thoughts are that as soon as you remove these bandits, there will be 4 more to fill in for them, and that they will return. And so they are expecting a follow-up visit at some point when these guys don't return back, and it's a 2-day ride for them to get back. So those would all be things that would be on your mind and things you would be able to include in your decision making.
Yeah, if we rode back, we'd get there the same time they were expecting the bandits back. Still like the idea of us going halfway and waiting. At that point, the bandits will realize they're gone. They might send some more people to go find out where they went. Find out if the bandits they sent had turned on them and taken off with the gold, maybe, or something like that. They'd have to investigate. Other ideas?
So for that, we're even 2 days, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Trying to catch.
it's about 2 days. Yeah.
I'm fine with that either way. It's either stay here and it's either go to them and be like, hey, we just beat you guys. Find out what they're doing. Stay here and put Oleg and Svetlana at more risk, or go and meet them halfway.
Yeah, I was thinking of the halfway option. See if we
Yeah.
can go intercept what bandits they send in next.
If we managed to get a good, really good hiding place, we could then, if they sent a huge amount of them, we could stay safe and not attack them. But yeah, if we got a good vantage point where we could see them coming, see how many of them there were, and we'll have a little time to scout it out and find some. Because yeah, if we go one day, it gives us a whole day to look around and find some place before they're even expected to the fort. And then
Yeah, and then we would conceivably have 2 days to prepare.
right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm
How about
comfortable
we
with that.
will take our mid-session break here, and you guys could pause on that. It sounds like you might have a consensus though, and when we come back, we'll see which way you want to go.
Cool.
Cool.
Does that work? Okay.
Oh.
All right, we'll take a few minutes. We'll be back. All right. Yeah, so you guys basically are settling in at Oleg's trading post. You've made a relationship with them. You're getting information from them. If you stay long enough, there would be some travelers, some folks coming and going through here that you could interact with. But you have information that leads you to believe that the bandits are operating out of a abandoned fort called Fort Sorenko, and you pretty much think you have about a 2-day window before they would be alarmed by the lack of return of their 4 associates. What are your thoughts?
I think we're gonna begin the trek, and maybe after about half a day's ride or so, or close to the end of the first day, we're gonna start scouting out advantageous spot to bring an ambush, or at least to see who would be coming down the road from a good vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys are just taking the road and you're taking horses and cart, I assume? Or are you leaving the cart?
Once we find a spot, we can guard it.
Yeah.
Or we can leave the cart at the fort. We'll be back this way again.
All right, so if we're on the map here, you guys can take off and move eastward. I think, I don't know why it won't move. Oh, okay, you have to drag it. And let me have, what's your marching order going to be? Or your arrangement otherwise, if you're side by side or...
Either go in front or back. I assume Fenwarden will probably go in front.
Yeah, Fenwarden's going to be not right next to everybody. He's going to walk a good 100 feet away from the others. They're going to be off by himself.
In front of?
Yeah, I think I'll make it about actually 60 feet in front of the rest of the folks. So I'm forward.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be Furbis and Reckla in the cart.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Little Yosh.
And little Jost in the back.
All right. Yeah, so if you guys are heading out, then let me have, I guess, whoever's in front, Fenwarden, if you could roll a D10, please.
Oh, there's a D10. Okay.
Okay.
1.
Yeah, so as you guys basically are traveling, you're following that river's edge roadway essentially eastward towards Fort Sorenko. You make it through the majority of the first day, and as you're coming up over one of the hills, and it's an open grasslands to the south, very expansive, and you can see pretty far. You see what appear to be 2 large elk standing near the river, maybe 30 yards from you as you're traveling down the roadway. And they don't seem to react too terribly to you in terms of running off or anything or coming towards you, but it's something probably that some of you may have never seen, depending on where you came from, but it's certainly like a reminder of where the edge of the wild that you're on, and there's something also that could be hunted and sold, and maybe so there's all these things that might cross through your mind about traveling down the road, but really the most notable thing is seeing these elk at the side of the river, and they don't seem too bothered by you unless you're trying to get closer than the roadway. Anybody have anything that they would like to do with that situation?
I think Reckla would just stare in awe. I don't know that he would necessarily want to act.
He's gonna just watch them to make sure that, see if there's any way he can tell from their actions if they're just animal intelligence or if they might be some kind of other race that looks like an elk but has higher intelligence.
Yeah, I think you could try maybe a nature check or perception, something like that to see. Yeah, so they look to you like just very large examples of their kind, and that they seem as if they're natural to you. Yeah, they seem like they're certainly wild creatures. They just don't, they almost seem, maybe your read on it would be that the roadway that you're on, it feels safe enough for them to be close to the roadway that you're on because the side of the river that they live on is a lot more harsh. In the land of Brevoy, it's settled, and across that river to the south and across the roadway to the south, it starts to become a lot more difficult to live. I think that might be how you would interpret them being comfortable with you guys crossing by them on the roadway and not being scared off.
Things on the other side of the river. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that this would be where you guys would be consuming a ration for the day, and it will start to dawn on you that, hey, if we go down into this green belt and into these stolen lands and we create our own kingdom, we're gonna be hunting probably animals just like this, right? Or so these are opportunities for you in the future, you know.
It gives a sense of the opportunities in that land.
So you guys would continue on, I assume, traveling until what time of day would you think that you'd be thinking of stopping or pulling?
Probably late afternoon, so we'd have some sunlight left to set up camp, and then we could spend the next day preparing the area for our ambush interaction.
So I think I'll have Dallet, if you would make a D10 roll for me, please. I'm just having you guys roll this for me, these random encounters, so that I can blame it on you. Okay, so let's see. All right, so yeah, I think you guys are arriving at a section of the roadway where it looks like a creek has washed out the road ahead of you, and you're not exactly sure that you can get your cart clearly across it without having to take some time to repair and make a roadway for it. So it's approximately a creek that's emerged that's about 10 feet across and washed out part of the roadway. How do you want to approach that?
Cart for anything in particular?
What's that?
I'm wondering if we need the cart for anything in particular.
Oh.
Maybe to move all the bodies from the guys we're about to kill.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to leave the cart behind. But we can try to camouflage it, though. We should do that so that it's not advertising that we're in the area.
Yeah.
How far into this journey are we?
You're at the end of the first day.
Yeah, so this would be a good stopping point anyway.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, that's a good point. And they would have to cross the creek if they're coming the other way, which might be a good ambush spot.
Yeah, their horses would be on some difficult terrain, that might be to our advantage.
Mhm.
Okay. Does that mean you guys want to set up camp then for the evening?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Camp, survey the area if there's any good hiding spots for the cart.
Let's see. So you guys, yeah, you guys can do that. Basically, we'll merge that together with your camping activities here. So let's see. Let me share this with you guys. I think you guys can see this is where you can go through, and it talks at the top about some of the different things, but I think when you scroll down, it shows you all of the different options that you would have, like hunt and gather, discover, cook special meal, cook basic meal, camouflage campsite, right? Which I think camouflaging campsite, if somebody wants to try to do that, you can do the cart along with it. And then looking for ingredients, cooking. If there's certainly other things that can be done. You can tell a campfire story. You can just relax, spending time listening to stories. But if each of you will basically pick an activity that you want to do each night, and we'll go through and you'll do rolls to see how well that goes. So I guess it's who wants to be the one to camouflage things. For example, your camouflage, I think, is a stealth roll.
Ooh.
Yeah, you have to be trained. If you're trained in stealth, then you can camouflage the campsite.
Who is trained instead?
I'm trained in stealth, but I have very little modifier for it.
Fenwarden is not trained in stealth either.
These
So
are
I will think so.
But nobody's trained in stealth?
Sounds like
No.
just Dallet is. Dallet is.
Dallet?
Yeah. So if you want to be the one to roll for that, you can do a stealth check.
Yeah. Let's see.
And it'll be a DC 17.
Oh.
So no, that unfortunately you're just having a tough time getting it set up.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to be here for a couple of days, right?
We're gonna have at least one day to prepare, and then we don't know exactly when to expect them to arrive.
So I really only need to have stealth by then, camouflage.
Well, yeah, if to hide from the bandits but as far as camouflaging your site overnight, that's a different thing, right? And so I think if we're talking about, let's say that first roll applies to your cart, for example, and then you can re-roll a nature check or a stealth check, excuse me, to camouflage the campsite separately, because camouflaging the campsite will put you in a better position for anything that you may encounter overnight, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one for the campsite.
Yeah, you can roll another one for the campsite, and we'll see if you're at least able to get the campsite.
Huh.
Unfortunately, yeah, neither one you're having luck. Maybe there's just there may not be enough brush, and there just may not be enough coverage in this open land for you to make something. That might be the challenge. But you're welcome to hero point it, or someone else is welcome to try this activity.
I think I'm going to hero point this, because I am reading this, and it says I can only do it once per camping session.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
So the stealth or the cover, the camo.
Oh, shoot. I should have given you a bonus, but that's all right. Never mind. Sorry.
That's all right. So the camo activity was taken, and he's done what he can with limited resources here. Not much to work with. What about Fenwarden? What's Fenwarden thinking he might do during this camping activity time?
Yeah, he can't do the camouflage because he's not trained for that. Yeah, he's going to look for a place that he can be that will improve his stealth modifier, a bush or something like that he can hang out in when he's on watch.
Before watch, like when you're getting set up, like this time period, that time period where you're
Why doesn't
settling,
he do the organized watch then?
he could organize the watch. He could do that one if you have to be expert in perception
Oh,
to organize watch.
Oh.
Yeah, so let me cover a couple of your options. So you could tell a campfire story, which in case of that, you really don't have to have any requirement to tell a story. But if you make a good roll, then you can give bonuses to folks. Basically, all the allies can gain potential benefits from the story. You can just relax, basically, like listening and participating in things and soaking it in and receive benefits from just being around the camp. Aid, I'm going from the bottom up here. If you want to give aid to someone, I don't think there's anyone right now in need of aid, so we won't say that. But organizing watch, if anyone is an expert in perception, they can attempt to lead and organize the camp's watch rotation.
Yeah, Fenwarden actually is an expert in that, so he can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool, good.
All right.
Seems an appropriate task for a ranger.
It does, actually. It does. So that's a perception check.
Attempt a perception check against the zone DC. Okay.
It's just shy. It's
Oh shoot.
not
Oh.
quite. Anybody have anything they were going to give him?
Yes. Here. It's a +1 to your roll. Is that enough? 16.
Let's see. Actually, it's 17. Yeah.
Uh,
So he was just one shy. All right. So that brings up who? Furbis?
yeah, I have a question. Can I try to learn again the recipe of the food or not?
I'm sorry.
If I can try to learn again the recipe of the food that Svetlana want to teach us or not?
Oh, you got to learn from her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the learning the recipe. Yeah, right now you guys don't actually
It's only when
have any recipes that you've acquired, but and you don't have any ingredients, more importantly. The first thing would be someone needs to hunt and gather, and then based on the ingredients that you've gathered, you can try to cook. Otherwise, you guys are just going to eat rations all the time, and that doesn't give you any
Yeah.
benefit, really. So that's the only other thing.
I can try to get some ingredients, but we don't know any recipe, or we can try to make a standard food.
Joe brings up a good point here, and that's something we've got to consider is that one of you could do for your action, your camping activity, you could provide aid, which means you could provide a check, a similar check, and you could give a bonus to Fenwarden if you're able to succeed.
I can do that. I'm also an expert in perception. That's what we needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the organized watch.
Would that
Yes.
help with the camouflage camp too?
I think we've moved. It would. I think we've moved past that though. The other thing we can all do is the relax activity. Gives you a +1 circumstance bonus to your next check.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how this stack, but something to think about either now or next time before we go on.
Yeah. If somebody wants to do the provide aid retroactively with Joe, he was off by 1. That's certainly something.
Might as well say that since I tried to cast the guidance, Reckla provided aid as his camping activity.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll have you make a perception check as well, and against DC 17. And if you pass, then he'll pass, and you guys will get
Dang.
that. Yeah, hey, first level's a grind.
It
This
is.
game definitely reminds you
yeah.
of that. But let's see. So I think Reckla's gone. Furbis, he went. Did Furbis go?
No, he hasn't decided
No,
yet.
Furbis didn't go.
Yeah, I see if I can get some ingredients, but
Oh yeah,
Is there any
yeah. You
if we
can
can do like a standard foods?
do a hunt and gather check. I think it's survival. Yeah, so survival versus a
Okay,
DC 17.
let's see.
Oh, I'm gonna give him guidance because I can do that every. Oh, he doesn't need it.
Yeah, that was smart though. Yeah, definitely want to pass these checks for sure. So so actually you passed your check to grab ingredients, and let's see.
Just some berries, plants, species,
All
things
right.
like that.
Yes, roll a 1d4 plus 1.
1d4 plus 2.
All right, so you find 2 special ingredients, and then
Okay,
roll a 2d4.
2d4. Okay,
Okay, so you found
6.
6 basic ingredients. And so I'll let you decide what you think those are. Any idea what ingredients you think Furbis would have been able to collect out here in the grassland area?
Maybe some berries. Maybe things like uh, spice like rosemary, well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, plants like you can use like for spice.
Cool. All right. Awesome. So, yeah, so now that you've gathered those ingredients and you guys can keep that in the cookbook handout, you should be able to access, hopefully everyone can access an update. But if you keep a list of your special ingredients, which you have 2 of, and your 6 basic ingredients, as you accumulate more of those and on future camping checks, you'll be able to cook from that stock of ingredients and get the benefits. But as is, I think everybody's used their action, so nobody's gonna cook tonight. It doesn't look like.
Did we want one action per camp or per day?
Right? Yeah. Everybody gets 1 camping activity. Yeah. Each night.
Okay.
All right. So I think that means then that we're basically into the watch for you guys. And what will your watch order look like?
Maybe
I should probably either take first or last. I take first watch.
All right.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Let me grab you guys off the other map. All right. Switching the map here. Let me just double check what you guys probably can't see anything yet. 1 second.
Yeah, we can see the river and
One bank.
yep.
Oh, you
The
can see that? Okay.
East. We can see basically the east side of the map. It
Mhm.
looks like the west side is blacked out.
Like it up over
A ridge or something.
Yeah.
Carlos, can you see right now? Are you able to see, Carlos?
yeah,
Okay.
something like
Alright.
this.
Yeah, because I'm able to look at your guys. I think there's like a way I'm supposed to be able to see from what you're seeing, and some of you, it looks drastically different. So I don't know what's going on there, but
Oh yeah.
if you can see it all on the screen, you can see the ridge line that you guys are coming down. Up ahead of you, you'll see the stream that's now formed and has separated the roadway.
Mhm.
And you guys can
Oh.
decide where you want to set up your camp. And then if you could if somebody doesn't mind typing in the order, what your watch order is, I'll run through it that way. It'll be easier for me. Okay.
Right.
Are you guys gonna camp close to the roadway like I've dropped you, or you prefer to be further off the roadway? Up to you.
Yeah, I think we'll be off the roadway in the tree area there.
On the right. Okay.
Mhm,
Gotcha.
maybe between these trees.
All right, Dallet, let's have you give us a D10 roll, please.
Cool. Rolling in that lower half.
Consistency is important. Good for you.
You don't get too far into your watch before you hear what sounds like multiple horses heading down the roadway in your direction from the direction, not from the direction you're heading, but in the direction you are heading, coming your direction.
Head on.
Head on.
Company.
Oh,
So you know that they're gonna basically get close to the other side of the creek soon enough that they're gonna have to deal with the creek, and you hear them coming.
I guess I'll try to quietly wake everybody up to let them know that somebody is coming.
They haven't even been asleep,
Yeah.
laying down long enough, really, if you stop and think about it. So, yeah,
All
okay.
right.
So you guys would all wake into what would sound like a few voices coming from this direction over here. Being that this would be nighttime here, which of you have night vision?
Me.
Okay.
There was.
All right, let's see. 1 second. All right, so yeah, so go ahead and do a perception check for anyone that does have night vision.
I have low light vision, so that I think good, right?
Yeah, I think you
9.
can do that.
I don't see nothing this beautiful night.
Yeah. You're still thinking of the dream you're about to get to.
Yeah, so
I have.
all right, so I think yeah, unfortunately you don't really you're not able to tell. There's just some looks like figures on the other side of the water from you guys. Does anybody want to do anything other than perceive it?
I don't have any stealth. I can't go anywhere.
No,
Yeah.
me too.
Try to get
Wait, this is a nice party.
What was that, Ben? Did you say something?
I can try to get closer with myself.
Okay.
But I'm not going to be able to see anything. I can try to move this little stand on the other side of the bank.
All right.
I'll try to do that.
And Fenwarden is gonna try to use. They shouldn't be able to see him because of the bushes there, but he's gonna. He wants to move from here to here, so he can try to have some concealment and see them from there.
All right.
Reckla was gonna try and cast that onto Dallet as he walked by, if possible.
Oh, Cloak of Shadow on Dalit? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's cool. So yeah, so basically once you get out into that open area, then Dalit, even though you didn't sneak terribly well, the sound of the water and whatnot doesn't seem to draw their attention to you right away. And what you observe appear to be 3 humans who are now standing off of their horseback, having a discussion, standing between their horses on the far side of the river. And if you make a perception check, he's not sure what he sees here. He is not sure what he is seeing. It could be minotaurs.
Are they human? I can't
It could
tell.
be. He doesn't know what it is.
Well, Fenwarden got his perception check. So he's seeing it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we have both ends of the spectrum here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Fenwarden, you would maybe have a different vantage point where you could see that they have a light source that's illuminating them between the horseback. And based on the shape of what you're seeing, it looks like they may be similar to the bandits that you encountered at Oleg's.
And there's 3 of them, you said?
And it looks like there's 3 of them. Yeah, I'll drop them on here.
Fenwarden's going to attack. I don't even want to wait.
All right, let me get initiative rocking here. 1 second. I gotta bring some guys over to our map.
Given the depth of this, do we sleep in our armor, or do we have to take it off and put it back on when we go to bed?
Good point.
Yeah, so you would normally have to take off anything heavier than leather, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it takes time to put it back on. So So you would be okay since you were on watch, but yeah, for others, if anyone has something thicker than leather, then you would be considered to just be in your padding at this point.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we've got our guys on the map now. And sorry, I'm getting your turn order up now. All right, yeah, so click your token and then do your initiative rolls. For those of you that are hidden, you can do it as a stealth roll. I think most of you are still hidden, so it's your option if you want to do it as a stealth or a perception. All right,
Wow.
let's see. Reckla, for some reason yours didn't go in.
Yeah. Oops. That's
There you go, and you can edit.
yeah.
All right, so you've got the drop on as far as actions are concerned. It sounded like Fenwarden was the first one that was able to notice them, so you were going to go ahead and take a shot, I think. So go ahead and...
I'm going to select which one's holding their light source.
Let's see. Mark, this front one is having it.
The front guy is okay.
Yeah,
I do not
put a little
I don't want
flag on
to
them.
him out. I like that they're lit up. I'll pick this guy in the back on the left as my hunted prey.
Okay.
And then I will, let's see, what is the range here?
I'll put a little green on him since you've got green.
Okay. And he fires long bow.
The composite short... Oh, no.
No, the bow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll miss. Let's see. So he is currently unaware of your presence, so he would be
Oh, yeah,
flat-footed. That would give you the 2 that you need, actually, so that would hit. So,
oh, excellent.
yeah.
Okay, and so he does the 8 points plus 1 to 8 because he's my hunted prey first shot.
Yikes.
Another 6.
Oof.
So what is that?
Jeez.
14?
Okay. All right, so this guy is dead. He slumps over just suddenly. There he is. Yeah, just falls, just slumps right over like in the dark to the rest of you. You just would maybe hear the whiz of the feather arrow ripping through the air before it strikes, and then just a slump.
Very nice, very nice. I sniped him. Okay, and I'm going to take my second shot on the guy next to him.
Okay, all right. So he's also flat-footed, and that's exactly what you needed to hit him as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
You
You don't get that extra D8, but geez, that's still pretty deadly rounds.
didn't roll the damage on that one.
The bandits better be careful. They're messing around with the wrong groups right now.
We have a charter.
From him, and that's I'm out of action.
Okay, so he did. Let's see, what was the longsword damage for?
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong weapon. Let me try that again. Long bow. There we go. 4 points.
Okay, 4 points damage. Okay, all right. Yeah, so another arrow thuds into another body. This one doesn't thump over, but something's happening. Reckla, as it's your turn now.
Reckla will put on his studded armor. Is that one action?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then his second action, he will move up to that side of the creek. And actually, he's going to move right next to Dallet. And with his last action, he's going to make Dallet's weapon magical.
Looks like that's
And
two. Looks like that's 2 actions.
Oh, that is 2 actions, yes. Sorry. Dang. All right. I'll give him guidance then.
All right.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, Furbis, you are up next.
Okay, I think I'm gonna shoot the same bandit that attack Fenwarden with a Ray of Frost.
Cool.
Attack. Let's see. 17.
That's a hit. That is a hit. Let's see. 5 damage. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, this is the one who was shot with the second arrow, and now he looks as if he is hunched over and in quite a bit of pain from the last 2 moments of his unfortunate life here. He's hurting pretty bad. He's hurting pretty bad. Go ahead, Furbis.
With my last action, I'm gonna give a command for little Yosh to approach next to Dallet.
All right.
Yes, there.
All right. Perfect.
And that is everything.
Perfect. Okay, Dallet, you are now accompanied by Black Bear and a gnome, and more intimidating, a gnome on the other side.
I can't just go across the water, could I?
You'll move through it like difficult terrain. Basically, it's going to be about thigh high for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That is close enough.
It isn't moving particularly strong or anything like that either. It's just wide for a creek.
Go there. And make an attack. I guess draw my sword and then attack.
All right. So this is the bandit holding the light, and ooh, he's catching some sword. Yep, that is definitely a hit. Definitely a hit. Not. Oh, so what's your roll with all your bonuses? Is it because you have 1 for guidance?
Guidance.
Is that it? Okay.
He's 20.
Yeah, he's flat-footed. Still doesn't quite get there, I don't think. Okay. All right. So 7 damage from your sword. Whack. Yeah, he would get thrown back from that strike, and his lantern that he's holding falls to his side. He's still upright.
I'd like to point out too that I'm just a shadow that emerged from a bush.
You are. That you are.
Well,
Do you have another action?
no, that's expecting for me.
Oh, okay.
Move, pull out my sword, and then attack.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
right.
I forgot about that. My bad. I was sitting there thinking you had 1 more action too. My bad. All right. So yeah. So actually, the bandit gets his first action, assessing situation, and let's see. What is he going to? Is he gonna stay or go? Let's see. Okay, he's gonna swing back. The front one is swinging back. What is Dalet's AC?
Good question. It says I gain the concealed condition. 20 says my AC is right. Still 17.
17, okay. Alright, yeah, he's just basically thrusting into the dark with his dagger. He sees probably silhouettes from his lantern.
Yes, it's a DC 5 flat check to attack.
Oh, DC 5 flat check, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like he was able to get his dagger to pierce in your shoulder as he's swinging wildly back at you in the dark here. The other one, let's see what his decision is. The other one is not the kind of friend you want to go camping with because he's turning tail. He's running. 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's headed back that direction, and he's bolting down the pathway. So that brings us back to Fenwarden.
Okay, let's see. I will make the retreating guy my hunter target. Actually, he's already been hit. No, I'm not going to even use that action. I'm just going to shoot him. He's still within my first range increment.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, range 100. Yeah, he's still there. Firing the longbow. Is
That is a hit.
that a hit? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, which one were you shooting at again?
The guy that's running.
The far guy. He is no longer running.
Ah.
on this realm, anyway.
Valhalla, perhaps, yeah. Okay. All right, and then I've got 2 more actions. Second shot at the guy holding the light, then.
All right. Okay.
Maybe it's dead.
Yeah, his lights are gonna go out. He's only got 3 hit points, so I'm
Yeah,
pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you've got this one closed out as well. What did you only did 2,
yeah.
really?
Well, it's 14.
Oh,
14?
critical. I'm
Like,
sorry.
doing the
Yeah,
numbers.
14. Yeah, I saw 2. I'm like, whoa. 14. Yeah, so you just obliterate this guy who didn't even have a chance to really know what was happening before he was dead. So he is also deceased, and you guys don't hear any other movement or action. The horses will start to run off unless one of you wants to attempt to corral them.
I don't think the gnome could really manage that.
I can try to calm the horses.
Yeah, so if you want to get there with your movement, see if you can reach where the bandits are, then you can attempt nature check to see if you're able to
Let me see.
affect them.
20, 40, 80. I need to use 3 actions to move into this position.
Okay. Yes, you won't be able to try to call them or anything yet on this turn. Does anyone else want to attempt anything with the horses this round?
Fenwarden wants to, but he's just used his movement, so it's gonna have to wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. So for anyone else who is trying to get to the horses, you can go ahead and do your movement for the next round as well and attempt your nature checks. I'm going to give it a random chance here to see how many of these may respond to your roll. You'll have a chance for one of them if you want to make that nature check. For those who are interested in trying to corral the horses, you could potentially still get one of them if you can have a successful.
Okay.
Right.
So yes, yeah. So Reckla and Furbis would be able to get that horse to respond, and you could settle it down while the others took off and just got too far from you to be able to get a hold of them right now. So you can keep that extra horse in your possession. And I'll give you guys a rundown of what's on these bodies. It's going to sound pretty familiar. So they've got a lot of daggers. They each have a dagger. They each have leather armor. They each have a silver amulet. They are carrying a total of 14 silver pieces. And let's see, what else was there? I think that was it. On the horse that you found, there was also rations in the horse's pouches, so you find actually a week's worth of rations.
Yeah, I'm adding all this to the party loot.
And that is, yeah, that's about all that's notable that you find on these guys. What would you like to do with the bodies of the dead bandits?
Ooh, yeah.
Gonna need
Yeah,
that card.
yes,
Gonna need that card after all, huh?
Oh, and we could follow the lead from what's his name back at the stand them up,
Leave them on display.
pikes or something like that. Try to get an intimidation benefit from the next group that comes along.
Maybe we could string them up in this.
I mean, think of it, in terms that, like, you guys are basically on the border of your kingdom, right? So how do you want these bandits to look at you guys as you take over this kingdom? And so leaving something like that would definitely send a strong signal that we are here now and the whole game's up, kind of thing. So I think those thoughts would run through your heads, because like you start to get territorial now about the fact that these guys are operating in the land that you've been given, and
Yeah.
all they're doing is just exploiting everything. You would certainly consider all options here as far as what you would do with these bodies, I think.
Okay, yeah, I like the idea of stringing them up in the tree. We have rope, so we could do that. Hang them
Well,
by.
we're still expecting more of them to come by, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe
That's true.
we bring them to this side of the creek or something, so that we can use that creek as a barrier for their retreat. We wait until they get over to this side of the creek that way.
Okay, yeah.
Because that one guy almost got away. We've got that creek. We can use that as our back barrier. So let's we can put them right here. String them up in this tree.
All right.
All right, let me move these offerings down here. All right.
This
We'll
look
put
very
them
dark.
on display.
The ornaments.
They are
Oh,
on
yeah.
display. The first part of your watch just went by for the night. So I assume you guys are getting back to camp at this point, or are you changing
Yeah.
any of your arrangement?
No, I think we can just continue our attempt.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can try it.
All right. Yeah. If you guys would think would try to settle back in. Let's see. Dallet is done. Yeah, Fenwarden, you would be up, and let me just see. All right, if you could do a D10 roll, please. Okay. All right, yeah. Not a whole lot of time goes by for you before you actually notice out in the wooded area across the creek, you hear some movement in that direction. Sounds pretty constant as far as footsteps. If you want to do a perception roll, you at first are thinking, hey, maybe it's that horse, maybe it's the horse come back, but after a while you start to sense it's something that's probably on two legs that's moving around somewhere in this wooded area here. No light or anything, no light sources seem to be coming from that direction.
Okay. Fenwarden's going to take everyone awake and flip on his chainmail.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Yes.
Again?
So you guys get
Go to sleep.
you guys get awakened again. A lot of this is some of these things are a product of not having a camouflaged campsite. So it ends up catching up with you sometimes like this. But the rolls just are there's a lot of randomness here. But yeah, so you guys are all awakened by Fenwarden, who tells you he hears some stirring in the forest just north of you as you're.
What is this time?
Let's see. For those of you who have your dark vision, go ahead and do a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're watching in that direction, and you see what looks to be a humanoid figure
Mm-hmm.
that is walking around with a bow and arrow. Like, it looks like they're looking up into the trees. They're not looking in your direction. They don't apparently seem to notice you guys at this point. That they're looking up towards a tree in their general area.
So this person isn't dressed like a bandit.
You're right now can't really tell exactly how it's dressed, but what you would perceive is that it does not appear to have the shape of a human.
Oh.
And in fact,
Okay.
once it turns and you get a better glimpse of its silhouette, it looks as if it has the figure of a lizard.
Wait, oh, it's a Lizardfolk.
Okay. That might be friendly. Yeah, Fenwarden's going to wait it out.
We can try to attack with.
Pray while I'm waiting.
Okay, if
We can see what he's doing. Wait.
yeah, is everyone just gonna wait and see what he does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you observe him for a few minutes, and you actually see him kill a bird out of a tree with an arrow and retrieve it from the bottom of the tree while you're there, and he looks as if he pauses and does a small prayer, and he picks up and retrieves the bird, and he starts heading back into the forest.
A hunter.
As long as they're hunting birds and not us.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
This is our territory. We could ask him if he has a license for that. But
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not a fan of bureaucracy.
I don't think you haven't established all of those things yet, the licensure, but you could totally do that. That'd be awesome. So yeah, he heads back off into the night, and you don't feel like he's any other threat to you. In fact, I think you guys were all like impressed just to watch him do his hunt as if it's second nature. So you guys can try to get rest again. At this point, I don't think there's been much of that, but you can attempt it. And let's see, Fenwarden's watch is up, and I think
Is my turn.
yeah, Furbis is up. So Furbis, if you could do a D10, please.
Okay, I eaten 1.
Okay. So yes, you're not on watch very long either, and you hear some noise coming from the woods, again near the creek actually. And this time, do a perception check,
Okay.
please.
You really picked a bad spot to camp.
Oh yeah. Okay. 14 again.
Let's see, 14. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you hear some noise coming from that side of the creek again. Similar area to last time, actually, right in this general vicinity. And you try to, I guess you're just trying to get a read on it generally, and you sense that it's some kind of animal likely on the other side this time. You feel like it's more of an animal than humanoid.
Okay. Can I try to determine what type of animal is the creature?
If you want to, you could try to do a nature check,
Okay.
and we'll see if you've
19.
19. Let's see if you would what you would know about this thing.
probably a jackal or something that's attracted to the smell of the decaying bodies.
Yeah, that's
You're-
the best idea.
Yeah, he might be close to the mark there. It's something walking around on four legs that seems to be some type of some type of nocturnal predator that's hunting by itself. That would be your assessment, and it looks as if it's maybe medium in size.
Okay.
You only sense one of them right now.
I have something for this type of situations because I am a druid. I have something called wild empathy that I can make a like a diplomacy check against an animal.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're gonna basically make yourself visible and then attempt this skill.
Yeah, before I wake my companions, we try to get away this creature of the camp. I can see better now if I come near.
Yeah. So when you get over there and you look, the animal that you see
What
is
the hell is it?
is what looks to be almost like a strange looking dog with almost like a cross between a dog and a hyena, and it's sniffing around in that area. It looks as if it's hunting. You stepping out into the open would certainly get its attention, and it turns in your direction and it actually pounces towards you.
Ah!
So
Ah! That is maybe it's not the best idea that I have to make. Yeah.
yeah, so what is your AC?
Yeah, my EC, thanks to I have my wooden base plate, 17.
17. All right, so it first is leaping across the waterway with its first action, and then it is trying to take a bite from you.
Okay. Yep.
And it gets a big chunk of you from its jaws, and yeah, so it causes 8 damage as it
Cool.
chomps down on you.
I think my screaming is gonna wake the other.
Yeah, we'll give them a perception check here in one moment. It is going to take a second attack at you.
Okay, go ahead.
And it misses
Nope.
with the second attack. Yeah, you at that point, I'll have the rest of you go ahead and do a perception check.
Okay.
And
Guys, I made a very bad decision here.
okay, so yeah, so for anybody who hit 17, you will be awakened by the noise and able to act in this turn.
Perception check.
Yeah, so go ahead and do a initiative roll. Everybody can click on their token and do an initiative. And then I'll just start with those of you who have so far.
Whoa.
There you go.
Of course, the one time I get a really good initiative roll, I'm still asleep.
Maybe that's your secret.
I'm only ready when I'm asleep.
Yeah.
All right, so actually you would have been first, but you are still asleep. And then Furbis was already up, so it would have been... See, who passed their perception? Did anybody pass their perception check? Fenwarden, right? Okay.
I used my hero point to redo my initiative check.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so you're actually the first one that would have awakened and seen Furbis with an animal on top of him, taking a piece of him.
Yeah, and the way it sits right now, if I don't get a better roll, the animal's going to get a turn before me. Is that right? Yeah. No, I don't want that. So I'm going to try another initiative roll. See if I can improve that. Improved if not enough. Okay.
Okay. All right. I think we're... Yeah, actually, because you were the only one that woke up, I think, on the first check. So you should have been able to attack or act, I meant, Joe.
Okay, I can act first. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'll make him my hunted prey and fire my longbow. Let's see, wait a minute. Range here. Not ideal. Actually, I have to pick up my weapon anyway. Okay, I'm going to grab that composite short bow.
Okay.
And that gives me enough time for one shot. Oh, that's good though. So damage on that guy. And I had a +1 on there somewhere.
Let me show you what you guys are fighting too, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Thylacine.
I'm not looking, I'm still asleep.
Go look, you won't want to look up at that guy.
It's the big bad
You
wolf.
remind me like a Tasmanian fox, I think.
Oh, the Tasmanian tiger.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that Tasmanian tiger, yeah.
One. Okay.
Yeah.
That should be plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, I had that built in. It looks like I didn't save it or something. I don't know. It's not good. Yeah, because it's
Oh yeah, doesn't seem like it's even possible to just do 1 damage for you.
yeah. So add 1 more to it. My strength modifier is 1.
Okay.
2 points. Weird. I'm sure I built that in. What if I built it into the wrong weapon?
Okay. All right. Well, you do strike. You do strike the creature. It is continuing to seem focused on Furbis at the moment, but let's see. So it's back to it, and it
Oh,
is.
no.
Let's see, will it continue with Furbis, or will it react to the arrow shooting into it? Oh, it's not liking the arrow shooting into it, so it's coming towards the arrow shooter. Let's see.
Oh, there you go.
2, 3,
Oh.
4, 5. So it's coming into this spot here and gonna attack Fenwarden with a bite attack. And misses with a chomp and takes a second chomp.
Oof.
Ooh, does that one hit? Probably.
Yeah, it's gonna hit because I don't have my chainmail on.
So he,
Yeah.
yeah, so he gets 7 points of damage on you. This thing is just growling and hissing and baring its jaws, and at this point it will actually no, that's it for it. It's actually Furbis's turn.
Oh, okay. In this, I think I'm gonna make a command order for little Josh.
Okay.
So first a jaws attack.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good hit.
25,
Okay.
11
Wow.
points of damage. And a second attack, close attack. 15. 15 hits? Or
No.
not?
No. It's
Okay.
18 to hit this guy.
Okay. And for my last action, Ray of Frost. It's a good attack. No.
Yikes.
A 1.
Oh. At least you only got one chunk taken from you before that. So I think then Fenwarden.
Fenwarden again. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, for Dallet and Reckla, you guys can make perception checks with a +3. We'll see if any of you are just particularly heavy sleepers. Reckla is. Dallet would be awakened. So Dallet, you are awakened, so you can join after Fenwarden's turn, but Reckla, you are still...
I think I'm snoring at this point.
Yeah. It's like Reckla's, I know what to do. Just put in earplugs. Just put in earplugs. You won't have to worry about anything.
Or that he's just pretending to sleep because he doesn't want to get involved with this one this time.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
Again, no, I'm just
Yeah.
going to sleep. No.
All right.
Then he's gonna go his maximum movement down to here,
Okay.
and then his second action is to put on his chainmail, pull the chainmail shirt on,
Okay. Gotcha.
and the third action is to fire his short bow again, the composite short bow.
Just a miss, it looks like, because he's 18. You need 18 to hit him.
Okay.
You have the hunted prey on him, which gives you 1, right? Or does that not give you a... Okay.
On him.
Okay. Okay. All right. So that means Dallet's up. You've just been awakened to this scene not far from you with a bear and a Thylacine hiding or fighting.
Yeah. I will grab my sword, get up,
One more action.
move to it.
Okay.
I'm thinking I would be able to attack, but no. So I will just move next to it.
Okay. All right. I think that's the end of the turn order there. Reckla, you're still out. This thing is gonna now have some choices to make. Who does it want to go after? So it's going to go after... It's gonna go after little Yosh. All right, so
Okay.
little Yosh
Oh, yeah. That's hit.
hits. Okay, he'll bite at little Yosh, and he's actually gonna think again if he's gonna continue to go after Yosh. No, he's gonna turn and go after Dallet with his second jaw attack. He's just kind of turning and biting in all directions. Is 19 hit?
Oof.
Is a 19 hit Dallet?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so the animal has now taken a chunk out of 3 of you, I think. Yeah, so it's just turning wildly and biting at everything near it at this point. That is first 2 actions. It does have a third action. Does it want to continue to do this crazy? I think it does. Okay, it's going back to little Yosh.
Oh,
And
no.
taking another bite at little Yosh. Oh,
Oh, no.
little Yosh. Sorry, you took a
No. No, little Josh.
you took the
boy.
brunt of it. Little Yosh falls. Yeah, so now the creature has your bear in its mouth, and it's actually your turn there, Furbis.
Go away. I tell to this. creature. No, sorry. I'm gonna use my focus spell, heal animal, for 2 actions. It's the 8 + 8 for little Josh.
All right. Perfect. Yep. Go ahead and
I
roll.
think he needs that healing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Oh,
9.
yeah.
It can be worse. Well, this is the
It can't
worst.
be worse, but it's
Yeah,
but
it can be.
but but it's good to have Yosh
Okay.
back from the dark
This has been
side.
a tough session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I think for my last action, again, command leadership, since he's awake, I think he needs to stand up because when you fall, you are on the floor. I think.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he was
Yeah.
prone. You're
so
right.
he
Yeah.
stand up with his first action, and with the second one, a Jairus attack against this Thylacine, 19 for
Mm.
4 damage.
Yeah, that hits. 19 hits. All right.
Nice. Coming back.
Yeah, down and then back up and biting back. Right. Good turn.
Oh, little Josh.
Everyone was so sad for a minute, and then he was back, biting back. All right, that brings up, I think Fenwarden's up again.
Yeah. Okay. Fenwarden will make him his hunted prey, and he's going to use a hunted shot. So he's going to get 2 shots, basically 2 shots in 1 action is what that gives. He doesn't get to take away the second shot and penalty or anything like that. So he has composite short bow, first shot.
22 hits. Yeah. Yep.
And didn't add.
Just doing 1 still.
Should be 1. It should be 2 points.
Okay.
And then the second shot, that should have a 1 to it, so it's another 6. So 2 and then 6. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, that missed.
Miss. Yeah.
And then he's got 100 prey, and then that was his 100 shot, and then he gets 1 more action. He will drink a potion, healing potion.
Okay.
Potion of lesser. I think it's 2d8.
I think it's 2d8. I was just thinking. Yeah.
Or a lesser healing potion.
Yeah. A lesser.
Yeah, here it is. Lesser is 2d8 plus 5. 18. Well, that puts him back up. I'm done.
All right, cool. 1 second here. All right, so that brings up Dallet.
Alright. I'll draw my sword and attack. Miss there.
Yep.
Draw my sword.
Hero point?
Yeah, and I will try for a second attack.
Oh, okay.
Miss there too. That is everything for me.
All right. Let's see. I think we're back
Their
to...
perception.
Yeah, Reckla, you're gonna need to critically fail this time to stay asleep. And you
Almost did.
you almost did. That's impressive. No, I'm gonna let you waken because this fight is basically happening on your head at this point.
Yeah,
So,
really.
you will have to get up and everything, but you are awakened by the commotion.
All right. It is so close that I feel like I can touch him, right?
Yeah,
So I'm
absolutely.
gonna just go ahead and hit him with the chill touch.
All right. So he's good.
Oh, did it not roll the dice again?
It's a fort save. Okay, he saved. So he takes half of this.
Yes.
1d4 plus 4.
Why didn't it save that last time I changed it? There. So I'll take 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so he's got a couple arrows sticking out of him, but he's still going. All right.
And that was 2, so with Reckla's last action, just throw a shield up, like throwing a blanket back over his head. She's like, oh, leave me alone.
I'll put, alright, so we got a shield on. Alright, that then brings it to the creature, the Thylacine. He is going to weigh all of his new options. He's going back after Dallet, and he's just gonna jaw attack. He misses on his first attack. Let's see, will he continue with Dallet, or will he switch targets? Oh, I rolled twice. Yeah, he's switching targets. He's going towards Reckla now. Second attack.
What's the shield for you, Reckla?
Okay, there's some interesting stuff. All right,
What is
so
your AC?
my AC is 13 when I have my studded leather on. I don't have my studded leather on.
You do have shield up. What does shield do for you? Does it give you just the one, or?
Yeah, it's a bonus to AC.
Just the one.
And then it absorbs 5 damage, up to 5 damage, and then it dissipates, and anything beyond that 5
Okay. So
gets through.
yeah, so I do think it is a crit hit then, because it's, you don't have anything else to bring your AC up one more point, so I think it's a crit hit, and so it ends up doing the 5, breaking the shield, and then giving you the 9 difference.
Here's something that I just dug up about my character that I wish I had known earlier, but one of my benefits from being this character class is this resistance to physical damage. If I'm reading this correctly or doing the math correctly, I would take 3 less damage every time I get physical damage. Is that correct? While I'm first level.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it beyond, what you've got here, but that is how it reads. Resistance equal to 2. Yeah, I guess that's what they're saying. It's weird they're not saying attack damage, that they're saying physical damage.
Yeah. So any physical damage is reduced by that rate.
Okay.
So
I buy that for now. Yeah, I don't think.
So the critical damage of 14 minus the 5 from the shield and the 3 from that puts me at, okay. 6 damage. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing you put that shield up.
It is, yeah, it really is. All right, so I think it's gone twice. It's done 2 jaw attacks. It's got 1 more in it. Let's see who it targets. It's got its sights still set on you, Reckla. So it is its 3rd attack. So we'll see.
No more shield.
Yikes.
Aye.
So it does 10 more damage with a jaw attack.
The rude awakening.
It really is not the best way to awaken. All right, so with that, the next thing that you guys notice is that there are several arrows that rip through the air into the side of this creature, dropping it and killing it. And you guys, those of you who are near the creature, would have then seen that the Lizardfolk who was there earlier is standing on the other side of the water holding his bow aimed in that direction. So you have exterminated the brush Thylacine with some help from a Lizardfolk hunter, and we'll pick up next session where you guys will get a chance to interact with the Lizardfolk hunter and proceed with your plans to do away with all banditry in the lands.
Awesome.
The other thing is you guys will level up. So everybody will go to level 2. You can go ahead and make changes between now and next session. If you got any questions about it, just let me know. But feel free to poke around in the options that are in here and check out your class features and things like that if you've got one of the Kingmaker classes. But otherwise, we'll just meet again in 2 weeks and have some level 2 characters to go forward with.
Awesome.
Cool.
So
Excellent. Thank you.
cool.
Thanks for the game.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you all.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. See you
See ya.
soon.
All right, take care, everyone. See you later.